Good Friday morning to you, wherever you are in this world. It's October 30th here in everywhere, except if you've crossed the international date line already. I am here in Calgary, Canada, and it's just a day of awakening after a good sleep. Yay! I always treasure my sleep because it's not always restful the way I would like. Last night it was. So just wanting to offer you this Friday morning meditation, a little chance to drop in to this moment, clearing off any hangovers from the week that was, and releasing that, maybe reconfiguring what your takeaways are from the week, and refreshing and renewing the space for the weekend, the things that you're dreaming of for the week ahead. There's always, every minute is a reset button if we want it to be. Hello, Beth, nice to see you. So yeah, it's a reset button that I'm offering these Friday mornings, a chance to reclaim, rest, settle back into yourself, and see what's new, what's fresh, letting in fresh energy. So as always, we start in a moment of feeling into your body and your senses right now. So that place of scanning your senses, noticing what's wafting through your human experience right now. This place of sound, my voice, whatever's going on in your house, how your skin is feeling with the fabric that's touching it, or if it's just air and you're super naked, that's awesome too. Whatever you're experiencing, warmth, heat, light, scents, tastes, just noticing how they come in and then they go. And so much life is like that. A bird just flew by my window, crossed my awareness, and off it goes. And that's freedom, if we can allow things to just move through without clenching and contracting around them. It's hard to do, I know. Really hard for me anyway. It might be easy for you. So then starting to notice your body from inside the skin, noticing your tight places, your constricted places, the spaces where you're flowing with great energy, that things are smooth, you feel light, airy, full of energy. And noticing how you can have both situations happening in your body. My neck and shoulders are tight, but I'm feeling strong in my legs. Or I've got a sore muscle here. It doesn't matter. We're just here to observe ourselves right now without trying to fix anything. This is not a Friday morning fix. This is a Friday morning tune-in to what is. And just allowing ourselves to be who we are here and now. Self-acceptance. I'm noticing a little tightness around my solar plexus. And yeah, my neck. It's always a little bit tight. Some energy behind my forehead, that third eye space as I'm going into this zone. And now noticing my feelings and your feelings, allowing those to show up, rise up. Sometimes we spend a lot of our energy just trying to keep a lid on them. A lid on the feelings so that we don't get out of control. And usually what happens is the opposite thing is they leak out through all kinds of sideways, uncontrollable ways, and we have new messes to clean up. So this is a little moment to release the resistance to the feelings. No matter what they are, if it's anger or sadness or grief, which is often a feeling I'm feeling these days. I'm feeling pretty good this morning, but grief has been a big part of my feelingscape for some time now since I lost my mom. Oh, yeah, there it comes. Hi, grief. Um, some anticipation. I'm going to get to go and see my sister this weekend. I haven't seen her for a while. Excited about that. Lots of different feelings, and they're all happening in the same moment. We're way more complex beings than we know ourselves, allow ourselves to be. I think we have a habitual feeling often, and that takes over. Hi, Jackie. Nice to see you. Just those habitual feelings that take over the space and don't allow the more subtle feelings to come through that might actually be needing some time and attention. So just making room for all of you here, whatever shows up, even though some of it's peaceful and some of it's grief and some of it's heartache, some of it's scared, whatever. Like it's all here and we can make room. So that's what I'm inviting for now. And now your field of energy around your body. Sometimes I find it easiest to connect to my energy by rubbing my hands together and creating a little energy ball between my hands. Feeling that little stirring of magnetic field and then allowing it to surround my whole being. Energy ball. This is my space, my sovereign space. And I spend a lot of time talking about this space in my various realms. It's the space that's mine. And now, coming into what is it I want? This energy in the belly, dropping in 3 inches below your navel, your dantian in martial arts, the hara, this power source that sits there 3 inches below your navel, a little towards your spine, and asking, given how I'm feeling this morning, given the tensions in my body or the freedom in my body, the feelings I'm having, my energy field, whatever I've noticed about that space. What is it I want for this time ahead? The weekend, for a situation that I'm dancing with in life. What is it I want in terms of letting go of the week that was, so forth. And just noticing that and letting it bubble up. Our mind always has an answer. Well, of course I want world peace. I want to feel better. I want to have fun, whatever it is. Yes, you want that. I know, and I do too. But there's something more about this moment that's wanted. For me, right now, it's about wanting to put the burden down, to allow rest and connection with family, with my sister, and to feel that bond that's such a treasure to me. Yeah, and to really allow myself to rest this weekend after what's been a really intense run for some period of time. What do you want? If you want to post it in the chat below whenever you're catching this, if you're catching it recorded or live right now, just feel free to share what it is you're wanting, and I'll witness you in that, hold you in that. I see the notifications as they come, so I'll just hold you in that space of desire. And this morning I want to talk about friendship. I've had the opportunity, and I'm gonna, a friend of mine wrote a book called Weed Your Garden. She's a new friend, I just met her. And it's a lot about, it says here, a why-to guide to clean up your garden of toxic people and live a more fulfilling and purposeful life. So her name's Shauna Lee Batty. Shauna, I'll tag you on this. I didn't give you any notice that I was going to be talking about this today. So she and I met a couple weeks ago, had a little reflection on this idea of friendship and who in your world is serving you and who might need to be quote unquote weeded. And I've been reflecting on it a lot, and I'm not a weeder. But what happens, I think, in friendships is that we don't always put the attention on the ones that are working well, the ones that offer us a sense of life-giving energy that boost our love, and a lot of energy goes to those that take up a lot of space, kind of, that aren't necessarily the ones that are nourishing us. That's not true for me so much these days, I have to say. But it's a process, and I think a lot of the energy leaks, a few weeks ago, I did a Friday morning chat on energy leaks, and a lot of the energy leaks that we experience in life, certainly for me, are around friendships, relationships, unfinished conversations, feelings I haven't addressed, changes I want to make. And some of them, it's just about being conscious. I don't know that a whole lot has to change in my world, but I need to be more conscious about where I put my energy, how much time I spend thinking about the needs and problems of other people instead of going inward and allowing them to have their lives and loving them without interference and expectation. Some energy loss comes around forgiveness. Some energy loss comes around hanging on when there's really not much left, or wondering what I did. Yeah, the ghosting thing. I'll be doing a separate video on ghosting because it's Halloween. Just a lot of lost energy because we spend a lot of time wondering instead of really going inward, and it's lost energy. So I just want to reflect on that. I've got a small reading here. This is a book called Consolations by David Whyte. He is a poet, a writer, an expert on a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm just going to offer this little reading and then a little reflection. Friendship is a mirror to presence and a testament to forgiveness. Friendship not only helps us see ourselves through another's eyes, but can be sustained over the years only with someone who has repeatedly forgiven us for our trespasses, as we must find it in ourselves to forgive them. Forgive them in turn. A friend knows our difficulties and shadows and remains in sight, a companion to our vulnerabilities more than our triumphs, when we are under the strange illusion that we do not need them. I like that. A friend knows our difficulties and shadows and remains in sight, a companion to our vulnerabilities more than our triumphs, when we are under the strange illusion that we don't need them. An undercurrent of real friendship is a blessing exactly because its elemental form is rediscovered again and again through understanding and mercy. All friendships of any length are based on a continued mutual forgiveness. Without tolerance and mercy, all friendships die. So, there's a lot there. I could spend hours on this topic. We discussed it in Circle last night. We could have done a lot more. I could do rounds and rounds on it, because friendships are fraught with guilt and unforgiven spaces within myself and others, judgments and opinions. So we're all striving for freedom in every day of our lives. And so we seek those places of friendship where we can feel freer, where we can be seen and heard, be lifted up, and seen with all my foibles and fuck-ups. Got plenty of those. So anyway, just a reflection now. Who is it in my life that fills me up? Just scanning, letting your letting your energies, attention go where it goes. I'll just ask a few questions for you to reflect on. And who do I need to forgive? Do I want to forgive? That is actually the key. Who do I want to forgive? Where is there a disconnect or pain that I want to resolve or don't want to resolve? And just being with the truth of that, whatever it is, it's all about being conscious, aware, awake to what is and not avoidant. Where's there fear of loss, judgment, separation of some kind? And where do I need to create a space for myself in my friendships? Where do I perhaps need more time alone? Where am I in duty and obligation? And where am I in freedom? Who do I want to spend more time with? Who would I like to spend less time with? It was fun in the context of Shauna's book last night. We were talking about the weeding the garden metaphor a little bit. And one of my participants talked about moving them around in the garden, not necessarily plucking them and discarding them, but moving them around. So some of those plants need a little more light. Some of them need a little less. And some are orchids and some are dandelions, that they're just easy, wonderful, easy. I mean, depends on what your metaphor is, but some are, there's so many metaphors to play with in this realm. Anyways, we just talked about replanting the garden a little bit, organizing it a little differently. So just feeling that. Who do you wish you could see more? Who are you missing right now? I am missing my sister, so I'm getting to see her, so that's awesome. So there's a place in each one of us. We are always on both sides of the equation. The answer is in both places. We have need of forgiveness. We need to be forgiving. And it's always a choice. And sometimes it's a process. So we can be in between those spaces. And some of it is just sheer joy. That person that as soon as I see them, my heart just lifts. I'm grateful. There's some little kid in me that just sparks up and is like, yay! And some whose energy is a little more work, but still worth it. Absolutely. So just knowing where that is for you today, offering these reflections. And in the end, in this book, Consolations, today in Weed Your Garden, Shauna Lee Batty's book, there's just so many different places to reflect. But just what in the Consolations book, the final thing I'm going to offer is that friends are our witness through life. It's not about trying to improve myself to please them or to be a better person because of them. I am a better person because of them, but because they see me and they hear me, and I'm not alone. I am loved in their eyes for whatever I am in that moment, which is a human who needs a companion to walk with along the road. And if you're wanting that, or if this has triggered any sort of, if you need support in your forgiveness journey, if you need support to connect to this idea of friendship and releasing, cutting cords, whatever it is that's needed, I'm here. And I'll post my website in the chat here, and there's free 30-minute consultations. You can just grab one and we'll find a time to talk and lighten your heart. All right? Namaste. Have an amazing weekend wherever you are, or if wherever you are, let the weekend begin now. Happy day. Talk to you soon. Thanks for tuning in. Bye for now.